Hello, everyone.
Hey, why don't we have our fist pump?
Uh,
Oh, no, I don't like that. I don't like that.
No, that's just very odd for us. That's probably the fourth or fifth time we've ever touched.
I did not like that.
Okay.
Hey, let's have a good after show. Nope, I'm good.
That is it. We're not touchy people.
No.
We're not. Do you ever have that happen where you do go to touch someone or they come to touch you and it surprises you?
Yeah.
Who hates to hug most that you know? You?
No, I'm a hugger.
Yeah.
I'm a hugger.
I'm
like
a
to
hugger
hug.
too, but we never, it's so funny that have you ever met somebody that when you hug them, they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably watching right now, so I'm not going to mention their names.
It's always really fun. And then there's one person that I know, and she's a friend of ours, and she hates hugging too. And so I halfway through, I'm like, oh, sorry, I know you don't. Sorry. And then you like that awkward.
But at that point, you wrap your leg around and make it real weird.
It's nice. It's like ladies go out to lunch and we say bye. And then there's the leg hump at the end. It all goes together.
Every time.
Every single time. I just can't believe this morning on the show that we got to the bottom of the price gouging that's happening with Wendy.
They're fleecing us. It's the fleecing of America.
Producer Big Mike is so pissed about that. The Wendy's story is getting a lot of traction this morning that they're surge pricing. Is that what
That's what we were calling it.
Dynamic pricing.
We were calling it. Okay,
pricing.
what's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
They're saying they're not going to raise a single item by 1 penny. That what they're trying to do is use AI. What they're trying to do is like off times where they typically don't have a lot of customers. They're going to lower prices to say, hey, come on.
So prices will never go up. They will only come down.
Is anybody buying that in today's world, by the way?
They never used the word surge pricing one time. It was a bunch of news organizations.
You used it.
Because I was sucked in by the fake news. It's dynamic pricing.
What you were saying.
It's dynamic pricing. No, I said that it was so like you can go earlier in the day. You know what? Maybe save a little couple of dollars on your Frosty.
We just thought it would go both ways, right? We thought, well, maybe this $10 burger could be 11 at some times, 7 at other times, but it'll never be more than 10, but it could be less.
You know what they say about people who assume?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Real jerks.
Let's get to the bottom of this now. First of all, whoever came up with dynamic pricing at Wendy's is the same PR person that came up with the consciously uncoupling for divorce. Okay, just because you slap a fancy word on it doesn't mean when you're saying our revenues are going to increase by like 30% if we do this, that I'm not buying it. Not today.
But they didn't coin the phrase. Who else has been using dynamic pricing? Somebody. Well, yeah. But,
airlines,
but like people that companies we know. But because Uber is surge pricing, they call it that.
Yeah,
they don't call it dynamic. Where have we heard dynamic before?
I don't know. I'm not saying that Wendy's came up with it. I'm just saying it's so easy to call BS now on so many things because they try to put a pretty word on it and to make it an experience. Like that's the other thing. It's an experience, and you're like,
hotels have been doing it for years.
I just want a cup of coffee.
Worst. Hotels are the worst.
Flights, Ubers. All of those things.
Yeah. Absolutely. Do you know who'll never surge charge you? Surge all of it, and of it.
Dynamic surge you?
Radio. KYGO. It's always free.
I mean,
always will be free.
I'd like to
and if my boss is listening, he's going to appreciate that I said that.
I don't know if he will. I feel like that was too obvious. I think he okay. You're about as obvious as dynamic pricing. It's super dynamic, right?
Always free, baby.
Oh, my God. Okay, funny. Also on the show today, one of the things we discussed that was really funny was the fact that when men and women, after marriage, they called it happy fat, which I think without any kind of shame, I think we can keep it positive and keep it cute like that. They said men are more likely to let themselves go first after the ring goes on, but it's not like excessive. It's just, you just kind of settle in and get comfy together.
Yeah, you had to use it to your advantage. Hey, baby, let's rub some happy fat.
That's right.
Let's go rub some happy fat together.
It's my squish meeting. I like someone with the equal amount of squish.
You can make it sexy.
So if you feel squish and the other person's like ripped, you're like, oh God, it's all me. It's all me. I like a mutual squish. There's it's like the gray area when it overlaps, and you're like, it could be you, it could be me.
But
Let's have a little fun.
Men tend to get extra doughier after getting married because it's fine. You're getting comfortable. Now you're eating the second helpings and the third helpings because you're not dating anymore. And the wedding's over. You don't have to try to fit into that tuxedo.
God.
So now we're eating the whole pizza all by ourselves. We're ordering 2 pizzas and we're just going ham.
And just going ham on maybe some ham. It doesn't matter. Happy fat can
cute.
be a nice, cute thing, right? I don't think it's. Did it happen to you?
Yeah, I think so. It happened to me, and then I did. I know you have a story about Ian, but I also gained weight when my wife was pregnant. Both kids, I gained weight.
Yeah,
and I love.
I would if I wasn't the one carrying it. If it was opposite, I totally would gain weight. If someone else
it's a free pass. It's a free pass.
And it just becomes like when somebody you're with is eating like with all 3 of the babies, about at the 4 months checkup, where you don't really get, like the baby's not really getting big yet, but you're starting to show. By the 4 month checkup with each one, Ian gained more weight than I did. That slowed down because I retained Chatfield Reservoir with all 3 of them at the end too. So it didn't stay that way very long.
I don't get that.
Like I retained so much water. I gained so much weight with the babies.
I was like, your water broke and it was Chatfield Reservoir?
No. See, when women get pregnant,
what?
You can retain water. The ladies out there know what I was talking about. You're like, when 2 people love each other very much.
I did not understand any of that analogy.
And then they make a baby.
At Chatfield Reservoir. Gross.
You can make a baby at Chatfield Reservoir. Look, I've had some wild paddleboarding afternoons out there. I would stay out of the water and do it because that's an E. coli
Didn't you also get E. coli? You did, because same area.
Don't pee in Chatfield Reservoir and don't have babies there. Let's move on. Back to Wendy's. Anyway.
Let's talk more about your E. coli.
Oh my God. Well,
You're forever tainted.
Since it's the Big Dumb Post show. I'm not. I am pristine.
And how did it get in your body?
I am pristine. I peed in a lake in Minnesota. And
which I don't think is that weird. That's not the weird part of the story.
Like you paddleboard and you're out there for a long, long time.
But how did the E. coli get into you?
Well, I mean, that is personal.
But I don't understand it. Can you tell me, then not be gross about it?
No.
But you said it's because you peed in the lake, not just because you were hanging out in the lake. So what happens there?
When you're peeing, things can go back in.
Oh, really?
It's just
so Wendy's prices will never go up. They're going to only go down.
I could use that 30 seconds ago.
And Wendy's, Frosties, E. coli. Oh, man.
God.
Do you have any long-lasting, lingering effects of E. coli?
It is 100% normal, but just don't pee in lakes. When we do warnings on our show and they're like, oh, so-and-so is closed because of E. coli, that's because it will get in your body. It doesn't mean you're drinking the water.
How?
We're not sealed as humans. We have entryways.
But you're saying it's because you peed.
That is an entryway to a body.
Exit.
Big Mike. Did you try the strawberry frosty? Or was it?
Oh, no. I was a real big fan of the peppermint, actually.
No.
It was so good.
My question isn't that far off.
Fizz, your question is way off.
Not gonna let it go. Big Mike, will you explain it? I want to hear you explain
You explain it, Big Mike.
Well, things can go in, get in the body.
You can get in and get out.
But can it do that without you peeing?
Yes, absolutely.
How do you know you got it because you peed in the lake? I'm trying to connect those dots.
Well, I guess I would just assume. She said, were you in a lake recently? And I'm like, yes.
She didn't say, oh, did you urinate in a lake recently?
Well, I think it just goes to, I was like, yeah, I paddleboard all the time.
So you connected those dots. You this whole time said, I got E. coli because I peed in a lake.
I think this is the most
that doesn't
I've
make
ever
sense.
thought about it or talked about it. Yeah. I don't know if the dots were connected. I just think it was just like, oh yeah, whatever.
I understand you get E. coli because, it's whatever, but this entire time said it's because you peed in the pool. So how does that happen? in the lake. How does
Yes.
that happen? See, my question isn't that dumb. Matt won't even make eye contact with us, but I know my question's not
Big
dumb.
Mike
Whole
is-
thing has made him so uncomfortable,
I
Fizz.
know. Big
You
Mike is
won't
shaking his
drop
head.
it.
This right here, very good representation of what it's like after a show. And behind the scenes when I'm like, okay, hey, guys, Sam Hunt is rapping in 30 seconds. Okay, hold on. Tell Sam to wait. Tracy, go back. Like, that'll do it.
Okay. Have a good day. Bye.